and Ben and I, we must have been waiting for MJ to come down and get us. So we walked in that store and we're having a chat with the guy, and he's like, yeah, office chairs. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't mind one, just like, for my my place. And he's like, yeah, they start for about $5,000. This one's about $7,000. And I was like, yeah, probably not for the rental.
But they look like pretty stock standard.
Yeah, that's like a stock standard chair.
I didn't realise. So there's people manning that store.
Well, we haven't seen him since. So
right.
Maybe we scared him off. But.
So, for people who are confused, it's like an office chair display room, which I've never seen anyone in before.
But you can actually purchase stuff.
But you can buy things from there. Okay.
Yeah.
$5,000 office chair.
Yeah, if you're in the market for a good office chair,
yeah,
you know where to go.
If you're in the market.
Yeah, correct. Let's do fiddleheads.
Well, this is good.
Yeah?
I'm assuming I don't have to spell that out.
No, that's fine.
Well, we do a Rollo.
All one word?
Yep. One word, capital F.
That is important.
It's a proper noun, yeah.
Fiddleheads, a young fern plant which can be cut off and eaten, or the name of the fans of Jimmy from Zach Brown's bands give themselves. That's a mouthful. Yeah, the name of the fans of Jimmy from Zach Brown bands.
Brown?
Zach Brown.
I've never heard of Zach Brown.
I'm in.
Well, we have spoken about the head terminology of like a group of fans.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like cheeseheads.
Yep. A footy head, whatever.
Footy head.
So that's the easy. I think that's the safe option, isn't it?
I'm going the Zach Brown one, and I think the fiddle is like a fiddle leaf fig kind of curveball, trying to throw us off the scent.
Well, that's why I'm going. Are you going plant?
I've locked in Zach Brown. Yeah.
Same. I was going to go Zach Brown because of what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're both wrong.
Oh no! It is the fiddle leaf. I was going to say it too.
And I am rattled with these.
I reckon you're none from 7.
More than that.
None from 50. 1 from 50. I'm going to get Marshy to do the stats.
Well done to the committee there.
It's Paul Marshy having to go through and listen.
Put him to sleep.
Oh, we're away. Good start. Office
start.
chairs and fiddleheads.
Yeah.
Okay, Essendon and Carlton, of course. We knew Ben was going to miss. How is the update on the foot?
Yeah, it's going all right, mate. It's been about 2.5 weeks since the Richmond game. So getting there, hopefully be able to run sort of next weekish.
Yeah.
Which would put me in line. So we play Geelong, Fremantle, then the bye. So hopefully the first couple of weeks after the bye, if next week sort of goes well. So anything with feet, you're sort of just so hyper aware because literally every step you take, you can sort of notice it. So, but compared to what it was last week, it's improved quite a bit. So just got to let it sort of do its thing and hopefully, can get the all clear to start running next week, which is always a pretty big milestone whenever you're sort of coming back from a foot injury. So going okay, still a little bit frustrated, and we've had a couple more join the injury crew.
Oh my
God. Had Mason Redmond and Sam Durham got suspended. So we've got a injury or / rehab WhatsApp group going, so that's quite a bit of fun.
Oh, really?
Every week there's a new guy that gets added in, and
20 of you on
it's
there.
always like you. Oh, we have someone similar, but if you get out of that injury WhatsApp, it's like you're happy when you don't have to be in that anymore.
Oh,
Correct.
And do you send like a farewell message or something?
I think I will. Yeah.
Anyway,
Thanks for having me, boys.
It's
It's been a pleasure.
It has not been a pleasure. But
Yeah.
so almost every week there's a new guy.
That's fun. It's
yeah.
a bit of camaraderie.
Well, when I think the 2 weeks ago, me, Zach, and Kyle Langford all got added in the same day. So that was a pretty big day for the boys in the rehab WhatsApp group. But
is someone like in charge of that? Is there like a...
Well, in that group, we've got our rehab coordinator.
So he's
the head
admin?
physio. I think he might be, yeah. Or maybe might be Nick Bryan, actually, or Sam Draper, who created it when they had their first
someone with a long-termer.
Just to give them something to sort of chip away at.
Yeah.
But that's keeping us up and about at the moment. But hopefully, can run next week and then get going from there.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so we knew Ben was going to miss the McKay Bowl. And then Harry, by the time in between recording and then the game, you had a knee issue.
Yeah, well, I've had it for a while, but
sorry, I mean, it wasn't
just overnight.
It wasn't when you got in the car.
Yeah,
Scratched his knee.
Hit my knee on the door when I was walking out of the podcast. I hurt late in the Giants game before the bye. Hurt my knee in that game, and obviously we had the bye and then a little bit of time, so I was hoping it would settle down a bit more. And for this week or for the Essendon game, but it wasn't great throughout the week. So obviously didn't play, and then kind of similar thing this week, hoping to get it going again. We have training tomorrow, so and then if not, put a bit of a plan together and explore some other routes. But a little bit frustrating, and you never love missing games, and but could be worse. So, but yeah,
beautiful. Ben, Media Street, you're on ABC Radio. I haven't heard this yet, but we'll just listen to the great.
Either have I.
Your brother Harry also out as well, injured. Do you get to sit next to him to watch the game, or are you drawing enemy lines tonight?
No, I couldn't think of anything worse, to be honest. I don't even know where they sit. This is actually my first game. I haven't played. Last week was. So first Melbourne game since joining the club. Since joining the club that I'm out there. So it's a bit strange being here, but I think we'll sit as far away as possible. So we'll save it for the podcast on Monday, I think.
Not the smoothest answer,
no,
was it?
It wasn't at all. Apologies for all the ABC listeners.
Where did you sit?
I was, we can chat through it, but I was in the enclosure, which I think Carlton is as well, behind the goals, level 2. But we had some of our family actually, we were in a corporate box who they'd organised months ago, assuming we were both playing. So we both wandered up there and said g'day to some of our family, and then went back down to the enclosure. So,
how disappointing for you.
Yeah, I know.
They're not cheap, the old corporate box.
That fully anticipated McKay Bowl.
Yeah.
And then it was just a Carlton Essendon game.
Yeah, exactly.
With neither of you playing.
Yeah. Well, I think Mum said to the wider family who was organising it and coming that, look, there's obviously no guarantees.
Yeah.
Obviously the history between the boys suggests something will happen. And then, lo and behold, it did. So, not ideal for them, but at least they got a good game of footy in the end.
How many, because usually one of you play. Has it been a while since, it's probably your first year or two in footy that neither of you have played in the game?
I reckon 2021.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Neither of us played.
No, I would have played, yeah.
You did?
We smashed you guys, yeah.
Oh. We?
Yeah. North Melbourne.
He was here.
Yeah.
North was we at the time. Yeah, I think a retrospective we. That's fine. Yeah. And then out of that game, you were just talking before about the Sam Durham suspension. I mean, I don't want you guys to weigh in too heavily on the MRO situation, but what do you think about a player that's, I don't know, showing the perfect technique, but unfortunately there was a player with his head over.
Was it the Ches one?
Adam Chera.
Right. I think it's tough because, we talk about all the time at the club, like how literally within a split second these things happen. So I think, it does as attack on the ball was second to none. But if Adam had his head over the ball, then maybe Daz needed to change his
position.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you've got a half a second, not even, to change and collate the data of what's happening. So I think you can feel for both players. They both, had a technique, and one was different to the other. And I suppose it's about changing that technique as it's sort of playing out live. But it's so hard. Like, hopefully Adam's fine, obviously, of course, but it happens within a split second. So
yeah.
That's always, as Ben says, the windows are so small that you operate in as a player. And I haven't watched that one back closely, but so it's hard to speak on. But to Ben's points, it's pretty hard when you're split second, got to make a decision. Your intention's always to, they have right intentions always. It's never an intention to hurt anybody. But that's the game we're in at the moment, I guess.
Yeah, particularly Durham, who just throws himself at the ball so ferociously.
Exactly,
I mean, had Chera been in the same position as him, it would have been a perfect contest.
That's right. But then I suppose if Chera had the first play on the ball, then I suppose it is the onus on the guy coming in to, as I said, collect that data and change things on the fly, which is so hard. I mean,
impossible.
I know we're professional, but still, like, it's a real challenge to do that within a split second. So hopefully Adam's all right, but it's harder than what it looks in terms of, getting out of that situation unscathed.
Yeah, for sure. Carlton taking on West Coast this Sunday, and are we hopeful you'll be back, Harry?
Hopefully.
Sunday,
always
right?
Optimistic. As I said, training tomorrow, so got to get through a bit, but never know. So, we play West Coast on Sunday. We had a good win last week, so boys have been pretty up and about this week.
Yep.
Is this the first double up game of the year for you guys?
Oh.
Or even anyone?
Good question.
Harry wouldn't know.
Yeah, no idea.
He doesn't know what day it is.
It's our first double up game.
I know yours, but it might be the first of the league.
It does. So we were saying yesterday, it is funny that. So we play West Coast and then North Melbourne. So we'll have played 2 teams twice before we've played 8 other teams once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hearing St Kilda Bulldogs, which is tonight, is a double up. Is that correct? It's the second time.
Oh, true.
Which is, like you play 2 teams like 6 weeks apart.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's a strange fixture this year. I still can't really get my head around it. But yeah, your travel. Oh, sorry, you're not. I've got the wrong round open. How am I going? West Coast will be hosting Carlton. You are travelling to Perth, and then Henry has this grab regarding the Blues ahead of this weekend.
Hey Harry, Henry here from Rowville, Victoria. Just have a quick question. What's it like to see Hudson O'Keefe from the sideline? Obviously the debutant, he shined in some big moments in the game. I hope the knee's going all right, mate. Go Blues.
Thanks, Henry.
Good, Henry.
Yeah, Hutto was great. Big skull.
Why do I call him Skull?
You probably actually are genuinely curious about it.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, I mean, serious, yeah. What's Skull?
Well, his last name's O'Keefe, and when he first got to the club, obviously,
Kerry O'Keefe.
Kerry O'Keefe, who gets referred to as Skull.
I didn't even think of that.
So just one of those footy ones that doesn't make a lot of sense, but
They're often the best roller. I reckon,
Yeah.
as well.
For sure.
everyone just calls him Skull.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
yeah, but no, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
Big boy. Jeez.
yeah, absolutely. He's had a really good year. And the twos, really hard worker, and puts a lot of time into his work, into his game. So I thought he was awesome. Some big moments, as you said. Competed really well, really good aerially. So should be really proud of his first game. And his family was there as well, and they were all lovely. And yeah, it was just a good night. So well done, Skull.
I think he did. Some of the boys were saying that he trained at Essendon a few years ago, in terms of like a train-on player, and then joined with Carlton. So it's quite ironic that his first game.
Yeah, 2 days with us, and then got signed after spending 3 or 4 weeks at Essendon. So
it's quite ironic that his first game was against the team he trained with.
full circle.
Full circle.
Yeah.
And then we have another grab from Andrew for you, Ben.
Hey guys, Andrew from Essendon here. Just had a question to ask Ben, who is the best player at Changeroom cricket at the club? Heard he's quite the bowler.
Andrew sounds quite familiar.
It does
there.
sound familiar. Andrew.
Andrew from Essendon. It's a good question though.
Did you pick it, Harry?
Pick what?
The voice?
So I said Andrew seems very...
Seems familiar.
Quite familiar, yeah. Anyway,
I think Ben got it.
straight away. Well, it was quite funny. So last year, locker room cricket wasn't a thing. At North, we played it quite a lot.
I've seen heaps of footage of clubs playing locker
yeah.
room cricket. It must be.
But last year at Essendon was a non-thing. They'd had it a couple of years before I got there, but almost got banned. And then, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago, it just out of nowhere. It wasn't even in the summer. It was like, literally 2 months ago. It started, getting up and about again and playing again.
Oh, it's
and
just
then
exploded.
Exploded. And then everyone was jumping in. Some guys hate it because their locker's in the way or whatever, but...
It's actually in the... I assumed
in the locker
you were
room.
playing it out in
No, it's in the locker room.
Oh,
It's got to be in the locker room, yeah.
Atmosphere, guys get around it.
tennis ball?
Yeah, tennis ball with a bit of tape on it.
And what, like an actual bat? Or is it like using a shoe or something?
We had like a plastic bat that we used.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
But yeah, some guys absolutely hate it, like
Name
despise it. Lamont, who played his first game,
how good
hates
was he?
it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably half the group that hate it and half the group absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Dylan Shield would probably have to be the best. He's good mates with Alex Carey, so
right.
because they played at the Giants together.
Yeah, of course.
So he's quite handy, quite mischievous, quite tricky, plays a bit of tricks and stuff. So, Andy's all right. He's got a bit of a Canadian background, so he uses it like a bit of a hockey stick.
Andy McGrath.
Andy McGrath.
Andy from Essendon.
Andy from... For those wondering.
Rids, myself. Yeah, there's Nick Cox. There's a lot of...
If you ever bowl a bouncer, do you apologise to them?
Why would I do that?
Just gym music.
Just chin music.
Just get ready for a broken arm.
Because remember, Ben back in his day, historically, if you'd ever bowl a bouncer, because he didn't have a lot of control with where he bowled.
Yeah.
So if he ever
Wild
bowled
thing.
a bouncer, he was a bit like a wild thing.
Well, when you're sending them down 160 clicks, you do feel a bit bad,
Yeah.
like a local cricket.
Yeah.
So when if he did that one in under 14s or something and bowled a bouncer, he'd run down and apologise to the kid for bowling him a bouncer.
Because the poor kid wasn't expecting 160 Ks in his head. You know?
Yeah. Not on Christmas Day.
Not on Christmas Day.
Not in the backyard.
You didn't deserve it, yeah.
Sorry, Nan.
Sorry.
Which you did with your tennis as well.
Yeah,
you?
drop
No,
shots.
don't put that on me.
Drop shots.
Type of
for
bloke
that.
he is.
Drop shots over here.
So what's the kind of distance in the locker room? How long's the pitch?
Oh, 3.5 meters maybe.
Right. So it's very intimate.
Yeah. There's normally a bit of a speed rule. Like,
Yeah.
normally it's pretty controlled, and you don't want to
Offies.
Yeah, you can bowl mediums, but you're not going like
Yeah.
full pace.
Yeah.
It's good fun though, but I think it's been banished at the moment because guys are getting too serious and.
The injury list is too long.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Right.
The high performance guy just went, but no, it's good fun.
Nice. And then the Bombers, big game, twilight on Saturday at the MCG. So about as big as a test gets in the current footy environment, particularly with your injury list. So
Yeah, no doubt.
gonna
They're
be-
flying. They've been a great team, as we know, for 10, 12, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's the country round, though, so every time us and Geelong play, it's the country round.
I was going to ask. So that is still the game?
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to say maybe the last 6 or 7 years it's been a thing. So I think all the boys will wear their local jerseys at Captain's Run on
cool.
Friday, and they'll do some things like activations outside the ground. And yeah, it's good recognition for all the country community and what they've done for the game. So it's a really good initiative. And I know we play a lot of big games, but hopefully this one can build year on year and become a real showpiece for the league, because it's a really important thing to acknowledge the contribution of the country community to the game.
Yeah, great. And you're a couple of regional Vic representatives.
Correct.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Do you hang? So you're going to wear your old jumper from junior days? Is that the idea?
Yeah, correct.
And you hang on to them?
I don't know. There's a couple that are floating around like somewhere in terms of, I think they sent us one, Warrigal, our footy club, a couple years ago.
So you get a new one from the club.
Well, they did send a few years ago. I think you could ask them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or you like Gibson Power or like a shirt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a hat, whatever whatever you got. So yeah, most guys get around it pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I always, most clubs do that, I feel,
Yeah.
at least once a year. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
funny
good.
seeing these like real weird jumpers that get
Yeah,
or it's just
woolen or
like-
tight as. Or,
yeah. Or that's just like a Richmond jumper and
Yeah.
a guy down at Collingwood training.
Yeah. No, that's good.
That's cool. It's
Yeah.
a great little initiative.
Yeah, it is. It's really good.
Twinners and losers.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Birds often think I'm a tree.
and losers.
Mandarins. I just love him. I'm mandarins at the moment.
I can take the New Rock.
Oh, New York.
Wow.
Well, it's more of a sport themed twinner, but obviously the cricket started last night.
Oh my God, yeah.
So fantastic to have on. Still trying to explain Test cricket to Maddie, my partner.
So she hasn't seen much.
No,
at
she's
all?
not. She's not a huge cricket fan, but sometimes when you're explaining like a sport to someone who doesn't know much about it,
Yeah.
it's kind of enjoyable to like, because especially Test cricket, right? There's so many little intricacies and weird things. So when you explain that to someone who doesn't know the game, you're thinking, actually, why do they do that? Like, it's quite.
Do you have an example? That
Can't remember off the top of my head, but just like little things like, why are they all wearing white? And it's like, they just always done that. And then it's like, but for a T20 game, they wear colours.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's just weird things that like you don't necessarily have like a concrete answer on why they do it. But
And then you get into the history of World Series cricket. And
yeah.
so the year was 1973.
Yeah, so go down the rabbit hole of that.
Correct.
But, yeah, that's been fun that it's on. And then also the US Open final.
Yeah.
French
The French Open?
French Open final.
Yeah.
That was huge. Did you guys watch it?
I've read
Incredible.
up on it since.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of it, but saving, was it 3 match points?
Yeah.
In the fourth set?
Incredible.
I think it was one of the longest games ever, wasn't it?
Longest
It was.
French final, I think.
Yeah.
But those two, it was their first final against each other, I believe.
Yeah.
The first and second seed. I think it
Oh,
was. Yeah, Alcaraz and
Twin
Sinner.
Cities. Really?
I don't think they've played a Grand Slam final before.
Really?
So hopefully we see them play another 20 before.
They seem to be the two.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying it's a new Federer and Nadal
For
sort
sure.
of rivalry, but absolutely.
Yeah. Crazy stat with the tennis. The 1980s was where the big four, well, the big three, I suppose, were born. And then the 1990s have produced 2 Grand Slam titles, as in players born in the 1990s. And I think it's Medvedev and Thiem.
Yep.
And then the 2000s are already beating
Wow.
the 1990s. So it's just a full generation,
Yeah.
Yep.
like our age, of tennis players have just been terrible.
Yep.
And then
How old are you, mate?
I'm 31.
Come on, mate.
Come on.
90s. We're all 90s here.
baby.
Yeah.
Fair clump.
Squeezing myself into your generation.
My twinner, I got a couple actually.
Gee.
Zach Reed re-signed for the footy club, which is awesome. So pumped to have him sign on and huge asset for the footy club. I was going to acknowledge Hallie Burton again. You know, that was incredible. Game 1 winner. I love him. Everyone doesn't like him. But
I'm a Pacers fan.
Mate, what?
No, I am.
I think.
No, you're not, just because they're playing in the
No,
finals.
I mean Blake Acres.
Well, how long have you been a Pacers for?
For as long as I can remember.
You were a Denver fan growing up, I reckon.
Yeah, growing up with Carmelo Anthony.
So you're going to change.
You just love Nuggets.
Yeah.
That's why I started. I was such a Nuggets fan that I supported Denver.
Yep.
Game 3 is on now. I think,
now,
as we're recording.
Yep.
So, are we giving the Pacers a sniff?
Yep. I think I saw a stat. No team's ever won the championship after being 15 points or more down like 3 times in a row in any series.
Is that right?
Up until the final. So, yeah, it'd be hard to. You'd think it'd be hard for them to win, but wouldn't mind
History's
seeing it.
against them.
Yeah. But yeah, Tyrese, that was an incredible shot.
Yeah. Keeps finding a way.
Oh,
Yep.
reminds me of myself a bit.
Lose it, yeah. What possible way is that?
Yeah,
Just
clutch buckets, they call it.
The other day, a couple of the Irish boys came up to me and they were like, "Oh, gee, mate, I had a horror on the weekend at the game. We're in the lift going down, and I just looked up and I thought I saw you, so I went to do a big pat on the back and as you muck around as you would with mates, and looked up and it was actually Ben, and they were like, I felt like the biggest idiot because it was, and the Irish boys were like, I don't know if they would have known me, we were not wearing full Carlton kit, probably just look like a fan. So, that was pretty funny. So they might be the losers for the week.
That's
getting
so
that wrong.
funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. I don't know if you do you remember that?
No, I don't remember it.
Did they? Oh, so they didn't fully commit to the.
Not
Harry,
that I'm
how
aware
are
of.
you?
Not that I'm aware of.
So that was funny, yeah.
Yeah, right.
That must happen more though. Do you have fans?
So they weren't in their Carlton kit?
Oh, I think they were, but they might have a jacket over it or something. Or
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. No, I don't remember it.
But do you have fans of the opposing club coming up to either of you?
Yeah.
So that happens all the time?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the footy as well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty. I would have been wearing the Essendon kit as well. So.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Harry!
point down to the logo.
Bombers.
My loser was back on the cricket theme. Since when was it not on free to air?
Yeah, that is
That's
annoying.
a disgrace.
Yeah.
Or not even on
Disgrace.
KO.
Not on KO, not on
Prime,
Channel 7.
Amazon.
Well, this is the future, whether we like it or not, unfortunately.
But I'm sure we've all got Amazon Prime, but imagine the
Yeah.
people who can't afford it or
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Yeah. I think the
Who
day that cricket in this country goes behind a paywall, which I think it has in the UK,
Okay, yeah.
it'd be a tragedy. But I don't think it will.
We think our grandpa loves cricket and watches it every
Yeah.
summer, but he may not be able to.
We might not be able to do even subscribing and signing up and stuff.
Yeah, it's a pain
Some
in the
people
arse,
are hard and they
yeah.
haven't got the technology or the
Yeah.
the dollars or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let alone paying for it, just being
Yeah,
able to
paying for
download the app.
Yeah.
and-
correct.
Yeah,
It's a pain. But I really noticed. I was quite blown away last. I was like, "Wow, we're really at this stage." Because I think last year or 2 years ago it was on Channel 7, and
yeah.
everyone got around it and whatnot. But
I think Channel 7, they've got free to air cricket for.
Yeah, the summer of cricket.
Summer
here
cricket,
will be
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's one thing. Back on the tennis scene, Channel 9 do it very well. They have every Grand Slam I think on free to air, which is fantastic. So,
Yeah. But you compare with the NFL in the US, I think you have to have 7 streaming services or something to see every game
Yeah.
throughout the year. Disney will buy one and then
Yeah.
Netflix will buy one.
yeah, the Christmas Day that they
Yeah.
Disney have or whatever.
I
Yeah,
hope we don't get there.
yeah, food for thought.
Nice.
You?
No, my winner was going to be the World Test Championship. Did you see much of it last night?
Yeah, I watched the first session. So, yeah. But it all happened late by the looks of it.
I know. Yeah, we looked like we were in a bit of trouble. And then,
9 wickets in the last session.
yeah, steadied the ship. And then Stark, a first over from Stark
free.
is just
Would he
as
get 2?
deadly. He got 2, and Carey dropped a sitter too.
Really? I
So
haven't
he
watched
should have had 3. So Stark. He can
The game could be over by tomorrow. Or
Yeah.
today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Question time. We'll start with this one from Aaron.
Hey boys, Aaron from Rockhampton here. I was just wondering, which one of you two boys had the better first car? Like, did you have identical cars, or did one of you have an old person's car and one have something flash? Okay, thanks, boys. Go Blues.
That's a great one.
Great question, Aaron.
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 To no shock, I bought a car and then Ben copied with the exact same model in a different colour.
It does seem to happen.
Oh, do you reckon?
That was a one-off.
One-off first car buy. What do you mean?
What was the car?
It was a Hyundai iX35.
Yeah.
2011.
But then was this before Carlton?
No. This
Oh,
is,
2011. Was it new?
No.
Oh, sorry, it was second hand.
How could it be?
Yeah.
I was
You would have been quite young.
2016. I would have been 9 driving a new car.
Yeah.
It would have saved up well doing my landscaping business.
Yeah.
No, it was just after I joined Carlton.
Yeah.
Just got it from a dealership.
But was that through a Carlton connection, I mean?
Loosely, but
Yeah,
yeah.
loosely. And then you got the exact same car, man.
It wasn't through the same dealer, though. It was like a private one. And mine was black and a bit nicer.
But of all the cars, you got the same one.
I don't know what I was thinking, mate. I was 17.
It just looked good.
Yeah, it looked all right. I've only actually ever had 2 cars, you know.
Really?
Yeah. All the first year boys are like, I want to get this car, I want to do this. I'm like, man, I had my first car for like 7.5 years.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the modern, the draftees are so excited to get like a new car every second year. I'm like, man, I literally had the same car for 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars just do nothing for me. It's just an A to B vehicle.
Yeah.
This one is from our mate Joel.
G'day, boys. Joel from Carisbrook. Not sure if you heard, but the Sydney Swans apparently had a pretty grueling pre-dawn beach training session the very next morning after their big loss against Adelaide on the Saturday. So my question to you guys is, what's the worst training session or punishment you guys have had after a big loss? And do you think it's effective? Go Vegas.
I love this.
Great question from Joel.
I saw this and sent it straight to Taylor, and I said, this is my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have just discussed this at length during
Yeah. Was it last week?
Yeah, was it last week? Yeah. So, as Joel said, they went to the beach the next morning. I think it was player-led.
They normally are player-led.
Yeah. Have you had
Yeah.
yeah. Does that... So, first of all, player-led, does that mean a coach has said to
No.
someone in the leadership group?
It's someone in the leadership group led, yeah.
No, you never know what the conversations are, but sometimes there's a lot of things that are purely player-driven.
Yeah. We had a lot of them. I remember I was late my first year, first and only time I've been late.
Yeah.
We were doing, it was a Saturday morning session, like down in Sandringham, was like a swim, bike, trail run sort of thing. And I was, let's say I started at 8 o'clock and I was, I don't know, 20 minutes late or whatever. Just didn't really think anything of it. And then,
how can you not think anything of it?
20's a
fair whack.
Traffic. I was living in Pearcedale, so it was like an hour.
Traffic. God.
Cyclists on the road on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got there, didn't think too much of it. The guy was like, it doesn't matter, just join in this group. And then got a message the next day saying all first yearers need to be at the beach by 6 a.m. on Monday morning. And lucky it wasn't the whole group. It was just because I was a first year player, so the first years copped it. But we had a lot of them. We had guys that were late to their own punishment session. So
that's bad.
If someone missed a physio, I don't know what it was, and you got to be at the beach by 5 a.m. Like a couple of guys missed their own. They were late to their own punishment session.
Yeah.
So it was pretty bad. But
Mate, we're punishing you.
we had one. We had one at North a few years ago where we got a message. I think it was like the day of main training, and got a message 4 p.m. the day before saying, "Hey boys, you need to go and get 2 bricks. We're gonna meet at Arden Street at 5 a.m. Make sure you got 2 bricks." And I'm like, oh god, this is not going to be good.
Yeah.
Did like a half an hour circuit with bricks and push ups on bricks and stuff, and it was horrible. It was so bad. It was middle of winter. It wasn't great.
Cut your hands
Yeah,
up a
it
bit?
was horrible. Yeah. Had to hold your arms up with bricks for 3 minutes. I was horrible.
Everyone plays terribly the next week.
Yeah, you
cut
lose.
hands.
And we were done by 5:30, and we had main training. So we all was like, what do we do for 3 hours? But
Yeah.
it was the least of our problems. That was pretty grueling. But we've had a few, yeah. I'm sure you guys have had a couple.
Yeah, not too many like that, to be honest.
Anything, because you have recovery at the beach, but and pre-season, I imagine there's a bit of beach involved.
Yeah, but nothing too hectic. Yeah, nothing really much like that. Yeah, I think a couple of years before I got there, there was. I think when Mick was coach, there was a few. Whereas if you lost, it was the next morning at 6 a.m. doing hypoxic holds in the ice bar. So hold your breath as much as you can in the ice bar, stuff like that. But yeah, we had changed when I got there. So
The day after the game hurts because that's normally, no matter what happens, you just want to take a breath and switch off from footy. But so the Swans boys, I feel bad for them.
Because even if you've played the worst game of your life, you've still played a game of footy. I imagine
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Exactly right. Yeah. Yeah.
And do you think that like Beach sort of even Bricks, does that sort of stuff kind of galvanise the group a bit? Do you get some sort of story out of it? Like,
a
is
little
it?
bit, yeah.
in hindsight, it's
prefer
all
not to do
retrospect.
it,
It's all good fun when you sitting back and
What-
talking about it.
Wasn't that fun when you're on the bricks?
When you're on the bricks. Mate, it's easy for you to say. You
You
went on the
weren't
bricks.
doing it.
Where'd you find 2 bricks?
Bunnings, I think it was.
You had to go buy them.
Half the list goes that Bunnings has a record sales day.
Sold out of bricks.
Bunnings, North Melbourne. Just like, Jesus. Bricks are running out the door.
Bricks are popular at the moment.
This is from Matisse.
Hey Ben and Harry and Rolo, Matisse here from Rowville. Just wondering, if you're in St Kilda's position currently, would you rather get a really good ruck or a really good mid? Thanks so much. Go Blues.
Go on, Matisse.
Yeah.
Tough.
What do you reckon, Harry?
If I was Saints, would I rather a great ruckman or a
I think it's a roundabout way of asking something about Taconi.
really?
How'd you come to that conclusion?
Yeah.
I think both the ruck and mids are crucial positions on
Yeah.
the field, and if you can get A graders in both positions, then you're doing well. But we also know A graders in any position are hard to find.
TDK is a special kind of hybrid of the two.
Yeah.
Every now and then you get one of those that come across your
Did you-
club.
when he first came to the club, did you think he was going to be an out-and-out star like he is now? Has he always had that sort of,
Yeah,
confidence and skill about him? Or is
he
just
definitely
like
always
that?
had something about him, and I think you can always tell with young key position players about how they move. Like
Correct. Yeah.
size can come and go, but like if you can move well, especially as like an 18-year-old, then it's going to hold you in pretty good stead. And TDK was definitely like that. Little things, just like his jumping was always elite. Like he could jump off both feet. His aerial stuff was great. So yeah, he always had the attributes, and just probably didn't have that much continuity throughout his first few years. But and that position demands a lot of you physically, so that can take some time. So, but yeah, definitely one of a kind, and yeah, we'd love having him at the club for sure.
He took a hanger on me in the BFL in 2019. I remember.
Did he?
It. Yeah, we can probably get it up, but I don't know what it is with me and getting hangers taken on. But yeah, it was pretty good.
That's a big size discrepancy between him and Jamie Elliott in terms
I know.
of
Yeah. I don't know who that says more about, but
just
we'll have to get that up.
jumping back.
Yeah.
MJ's madly Googling. We'll see if we'll get it by the end of the show.
I'm going to say it was, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself.
You remember the exact date?
2019, I'm going to say, yeah.
Yeah. Tom de Koning, VFL Hanger 2019.
Just go North v Carlton.
North
Joe.
Yeah, of course.
2019 VFL.
we know the
It was
clubs.
late in the year, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah. His wheeze back in the North
Yeah.
days. Yeah.
What do you want?
I think we were playing Carlton. And then we have a question from Helen as well.
Hello, boys. Helen from Pearcedale. Again, just as we all know, I'm usually Harry's number one fan, but today I have a question for you, Bino.
Bino.
Just trying to weigh up my Mark of the Year votes, and I was just wondering if you could give me, on average, on height to weight ratio, who felt heavier on your shoulders? Was it Jamie Elliott last year or Buku Karmas? Just trying to weigh up my vote options. Go Blues.
Wait, what was the Buku Karmas one?
Yeah, I vaguely remember it.
It wasn't a hanger. It was on both Norton and me.
Well, great question because it was very timely.
It was so timely. Or was it Tom de Koning? Who was heavier?
Yeah, well, that's right. I didn't appreciate her tone there, but
Yeah, it felt like...
I didn't mind it.
it's a warning. For
Thanks, Helen.
Thanks for the question. Here we go.
Oh, we do have it?
Here we go. This is the Karmas one.
Oh, here's Karmas.
Whoa, that's
yeah, no, it
Should have been a free kick.
It
It was
was.
holding my jump
that's
up.
a good grab.
It was more on top of you than I remember. Oh, wow.
Wow, it's really on beam.
Oh, he's clipped your head.
I'd say that.
Oh, you're not happy about this at all, Ben.
I actually I remember thinking, well,
Not again.
no, like you're gonna have a laugh. You gotta have a laugh at it. So me and Reddy were just standing there laughing. He was like, "Sorry, mate."
Oh, geez, he did get up.
Yeah,
There we go. Put that in the video game.
that's a good joke.
Poor Bean.
I don't know why I do. So.
Who knows?
Nice one.
Got to put yourself in the slot sometimes, Rollo.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, just means you're in the right spot.
Oh. Yeah. One way to put it. Did you find it, MJ?
No.
So we'll get it for next.
We're scrambling outside.
Yeah. Okay. Don't scramble.
All right.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Good app.
Good app.
Yeah. Well done.
Better
Instagram, TikTok at Ben and Harry Podcast.
Nice.
Leave us a message, DM. Get around us. Thank you for all the love and support as always.
On the billboard, there's been plenty.
Yeah.
Of
Oh yeah.
A lot of people talking about this billboard.
Yeah.
Actually, Jai Caldwell actually mentioned it the other day. Nice. I've been seeing it a little bit, but then it's always nice when someone else sees it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw your billboard and went. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Which one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I normally
Narrow it
say.
down. Yeah. We're tracking every billboard that's got it.
Beautiful.
All right. Have a good week.
Good app.
Go Dons.